Return to Glory podcast. Hunter Sarbernick, Austin Rose, Dakota Freetag, January 29th of 2026. Nebraska basketball suffers their first loss of the year. But I think we're in better off than we were before we played the game, as weird as that sounds.
I don't know.
I'm saying that from I see some stuff on just bracketology and metrics
Oh,
and all
yeah.
of that. Like before we played the game, we're actually moved up in things because of the way that we played, given the situation, how things have gone, all of that. So we'll talk a lot of basketball here. We'll talk the Michigan game, talk the Illinois game. The Husker football schedule has been released for 2026, and Dak had to get a new phone.
Yeah. A fun day yesterday. Don't forget your Apple password or this is or your password to get into your phone. The numbers on it. Let's just say. Okay. I use my Face ID so much that the one time I need it, I cannot remember what it is.
It's unbelievable, Austin, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I cannot remember what the numbers I have to get into my old phone is. So, long story short is I was gonna just pay $100 to get my phone reset. I can't remember what my Apple password is, and their security, I think they're just lazy. Says they take a week and a half to a week to get you a new password. So I'm like, you know what? F it. I just bought a whole new phone.
Wow.
Yep. I was like, I can go a couple days out of the phone. I cannot go a week and a half. But so yeah.
Wow.
So screw you,
Lord.
Apple. There's no way you can't. Okay,
I love how Dak just like all of this is just he just thinks it's normal and he's just blaming Apple for just being bad.
No, I think
you don't
that's
forget
crazy.
your numbers on your you cannot forget. What you have to explain to yourself how you forget your passcode.
I just haven't entered it in so long. Like the one time I have to, it's like, oh, what is it? So yeah, insane. But yeah, not cheap. We'll just say that.
I can't even comprehend.
Don't even try.
What'd you do with your old phone?
Well, once I can get back into it, now I have two phones. So I have a burner phone now. Completely different number than this, and yeah, two lines now.
That's crazy.
Let's talk basketball. I can't handle this.
Nebraska basketball. I did not watch the first half because we had a basketball game of our own, and I was trying to go watch it on replay and go radio silent and airplane mode it all. But of course, the game is on stupid Peacock, and Peacock is dumber than dumb, and you can't watch from the beginning. And so I get home, there's like 10 to 12 minutes left in the game, and I watch it from there. And I will just start off. I'm sure we can just grope and moan about Peacock. The Big Ten, come on, you got to be a little better. Like, there's just so many bad things about it. And if you're going to put a big game, a top 5 game on TV, don't put it on Peacock. Like, the announcers were shit. Their production's horrible. They don't even know who Rank Mast is. Like, if you're going to
do it. Oh, my gosh. I was like, again, not Rank Mast. I was like, I don't know if you're trying to zoom in on. That was dumb. It was bad. I mean, it did air on NBC Sports Network on YouTube TV, which was at least better because I didn't have the sound issues. I don't know if you guys heard about the Peacock audio issues for a lot of people, but a lot of people are having sound issues at the beginning of the game. It was a bad look.
I got an NBC Sports Network too. I didn't even know it was on there, but yeah. So I should have told you that, Hunter, when You said Peacock doesn't rewind. Yeah.
No, I figured it out later, like towards the end of the game, and then it was too late because I already started watching. But yeah, just I had to throw that out there because I think that's just ridiculous. It's stupid.
I mean, it's smart for them in the sense of like getting more subscribers. Like, you'd rather throw that game on there than freaking, well, let's just say Rutgers Northwestern. Like, people
Smart
are
for
gonna
who?
Peacock. That's
Well,
about
I'm
it.
not saying anything for Peacock. I'm saying it's dumb for the Big Ten.
Yeah, smart for
Of
Peacock.
course,
Though.
it's smart for Peacock when you can get a top 5 game. No shit.
Yeah,
But we're saying don't the Big Ten or whoever's in charge of the TV schedule don't do that. Or Peacock, you can't if you're gonna put on a production, you gotta be a little bit better. I mean, we had some football games on there, right? Too, but so anyways, that was the complaint of the day there. But the game itself, a lot of good things, and you never want to take moral victories, as you heard some of the players say in the post game, but a lot of good things to come out of that going on the road at the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor and really going toe to toe with Michigan the entire game, losing at the end. Initial thoughts that's my takeaway. It's a lot of good things. Now, the unfortunate piece of it is we probably could and should have won that game and deserved.
That was the
to win
sickening part. It was we led for 37 minutes of the game. We were in control, and our offense, due to the one, we didn't even mention yet that Rank Mass didn't play, Brandon Frager didn't play, so we were missing, 24 points off the bench.
Which another screw you out there to Robert Washek or whatever his name is for saying Rank Mass was going to play. He had no idea. Yeah. So yeah, that's some beef right there. Anyway,
Get him that.
It was just sad how it ended. The whistles were flying, and we lost on free throws basically in the second half. Which looking at the size of Michigan, I texted you guys when the game started. I mean, Michigan just looked like giants compared to us. I was blown away at how small our team looked without ranked mast. I mean, I knew we were a small team, but man, and I also know we're medical redshirting Noogie, but we did way better than I thought we were going to. I was just so upset when we lost because we just controlled the game. We were in a flow. We had good looks. There were a couple to end the game. Jamarcus Lawrence had an open three right up the middle that was way off.
I guess that would have been the tie, right? Yeah, we were down 3.
Yeah, to tie.
Yep.
So, I mean, I was really sad. It wasn't really until noon yesterday that I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, we played them. We lost at 3 by 3 on the road. We had the opportunity. But
wasn't it weird though? Like I was the same way. It hurt like a football loss.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I had that feeling going to bed that night. Like it hurt. Like I was like, whoa, I haven't felt this way about basketball in a while. And in a way, then I thought there is still a lot of positives, but it's like, damn, I turned this game on and we were up 8, like in 10 minutes left. Like we could have won this sucker.
I remember the moment in the game. I'll let you talk, Dak, even though I'm scared too. The moment I kind of knew we were going to lose was when they called the foul on Hoiberg on that 3-pointer. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, if that's how this is gonna, like, this is like, you can just feel the moment change right there, and it's like, if that's how we're gonna ref it, we're not gonna win because we're smaller and bigger physical teams. I wouldn't say they were more physical, but bigger teams in a physical game, they're gonna get the whistle more. And so just kind of been like, oh, we're not gonna be able to sustain this. But Dak, what were your opinions?
Well, you were talking about the production was terrible for top 5 matchup. Even the refing was for a top 5 matchup. They were horrible that game. They're so inconsistent and so many makeup calls. It's that moving screen against Burkay was one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life. But okay, that's enough about the refs. The the whole second half, was they made so many freaking layups, and Burke was the one. That dude cannot freaking make any easy shots. It's crazy. He drives me nuts. And for the love of God, can we start a protest for him not to never shoot a three again? That dude, that dude
Boy, he
thinks,
hit that crazy three at the beginning of the game that was like contested, fade away to the side.
yeah, he can make those. It's like the ones that he's covered or like has no shot going in. He makes those, but when he's wide open, there's no shot things going in. It's the hardest brick I've ever seen in my life. That dude drives me nuts. I don't get it. But but speaking of their size, I just saw this yesterday. Did you see? I didn't even notice this when I was watching it. You see Kale won the tip to start that game against the freaking
Yeah, he
77
did.
footer? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Awesome.
I didn't think about it when it happened. That's another crazy thing. And this was probably the best. Well,
I
it was
literally
best.
said when it happened, I said, "Oh shit, I was like, "Oh shit, we ain't messing around." Like,
Yeah.
If you want to take one clip for the entire season to summarize our season, just that right there is how our season's kind of gone so far. So Dak, your takeaways: the refs suck, Bear Case sucks.
Burke doesn't suck. Drives me crazy.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't suck. Okay, I would put him. I'd almost put him on the bad side now. He's not. And
I
yeah,
don't know. Bearcase he's a necessary evil though.
I love him.
I know he is. Yeah.
So all my rankings of players that coming out of that game, Burke dropped, Kale jumped. That's
Kale played like a dog, man.
yeah, that was his best game of the year.
As you mentioned, the players out. That's the really encouraging piece, and that's where when I started watching from about 8 to, I think there's 10 minutes left, and we were up 8 on. I was like, "How are we up? How did this happen?" So I went back and kind of watched some of the pieces there to start.
We shot just
and we were so limited offensively. I mean, yeah, I started watching this when I was watching. Think what we had on the court just from a 3-point threat standpoint. You got Price, who obviously shot a lot of threes. The ones he were shooting in the last 10 minutes, he could not get a clean look. He got one kind of clean step back against a big, but nothing was clean. It was all very rushed, and he's made some of those, don't get me wrong, but it was tough. Michigan made it very tough on him. Jamarcus Lawrence, obviously going off in the first half, he couldn't even get a shot up. And Jamarcus is he's a point guard. He can create his own shot kind of, but he's not, I don't know, size-wise, he's not like, I'll say like Bryce Williams, where he can go create his own 3-point shot. He can't do that. So I was like, how are we ahead? Like, yeah, you're going to let Berke shoot it. Yeah, you're going to probably let Kale, and Kale almost maximized what he could do, which is very impressive. So, yeah, like how limited we were offensively. I was so surprised where we were at in this game. And that, again, speaks volume to the system that we're in and we run with Hoiberg. It's very, very impressive. Yeah, you feel like if you have either Rank or Frager offensively, we are perfectly fine in that game and probably win. Defensively, I think
you could tell.
Yeah,
like that at the end of the game, it's like we just need another type of offense that isn't a 3-pointer because
their shooter,
we need someone that you could get it into the paint that could operate enough to draw a defender and give your shooter a little more time on the edge. We just needed one more person, which would be Frager driving in or Rank doing a little post game. But
that's what made it very encouraging. And yeah, the system speaks for itself, but it just seemed like we were so easy to guard, but yet we were still getting stuff off of it. And against the number 3 team on the road, like all those things combined is like, whoa, this team could actually do something. The one stat I saw, we went from plus 750 before the game to make the Final Four from a betting standpoint to plus 500 post game.
Yeah, put your money down, boys.
Put your money down.
I'm gonna bet it just because if I can. I don't know if I can find it just because say I have money on it, but I think I can confidently say that was the best loss in Nebraska basketball. Well, okay, how can I put it?
No,
The
there is a. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe.
best loss in Nebraska basketball history. I don't know how to put it though.
In a season that mattered. That's the key.
Yeah, coming out how you felt, I guess, about the team going forward.
Yeah, most encouraged loss. Yep.
Most encouraged loss in Nebraska basketball history. Because I seriously think if they had Rank or Frager, they win that game by 10 plus.
I mean, because yeah, you had Jared Garcia play 10. Well, okay, Leo Curtis, whatever however you pronounce it.
Oh, good God.
Oh, good God. I don't know, man. I was like, I'm not
I
saying
was so impressed.
I'm not saying put him in the rotation, but he came in there and held his own against
Oh
the
my
number
gosh,
three team.
it's so hard to do. Like,
Yeah, he hasn't played all year. He comes in, there's a 7'3" center that he's on, and he's guarding perimeter players. I was very impressed for just coming in cold and
I was most impressed defensively how he was able to come in and hold his own. That with
no,
our rotation and our system that we do, I was very impressed that he was able to. He looked like he looked like a rotational player.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
What
yeah.
why did Dak say, "Oh God"? What was he worried about?
He's freaking his offensive when he was on offense when he dribbled it all, it was like, good God, do not put the ball on the floor.
I don't disagree. There was one point where he came up the court and I was like,
Yeah,
like literally pass the ball. Like,
just anytime you put the ball on the floor, it's like, oh God, this is not going to end well. But other than that, I guess.
Well, it's not his job. Like,
no, but it still was like, I can't trust this guy to do
he was the
anything
only person on the
offensively.
court that looked bigger than Michigan.
yeah,
Not bigger, but as big. So I was very impressed. But yeah, you said
Another
about Jared
thing,
Garcia's minutes with Rank. You feel a lot better. 10 minutes to Rank versus 10 minutes to Jared Garcia.
gosh, Jared, what's going on with Garcia? What is it?
I don't know. He had that great game against Illinois, and he has not done anything since.
no, he can't do it. He can't score or anything.
He only didn't shoot.
No. And he was confidently shooting threes, and I wasn't like Burkett when like, oh God, do not shoot that. I was confident in him making them, but now I think he's completely lost all his confidence. So
Berkey
that's
had a
good, I
better
guess, coming in.
3-point percentage than Price did this game.
Yeah. Oh, this game?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah. there's a difference in that just a little bit. I do think Price, which I get why he did it, was forcing shots a little bit too much there.
Well, because we were on a dry spell. We went like 4 minutes without scoring. It's like, okay, we gotta start going.
That's almost your best
what I was
option,
saying.
though.
I think he knew. I think Hoiberg knows. I think those like, how else were we going to score? Like that's what was hard. I was watching them like, man. I get they were rushed, but I was like, what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
What else? What other offensive threats do we got?
We were undersized. We didn't have any even if we had, a bigger guy down low, like you're just undersized, so you're just not winning those battles. You can't drive in as well because they're just bigger. They're big athletes. So they're keeping with you when you're driving. It impacted how we rebounded the ball because it's harder to rebound 3-point shots. Plus, we're also smaller. Yeah, it's amazing that we should have won. We had it.
That's the frustrating part, and you want to talk. We really all we've talked about besides Dak has been moral victories, right? You gosh, you should win that game with the situation that we had. It would have been pretty awesome and pretty sweet. And I this is coming too from watching the night before Duke beat just whoop. I think it was Louisville. I think.
Yeah, Louisville.
I was watching them, and I was like, "There's no way we can play with Duke. Like this is crazy. Look at these athletes. Look at these players. We'd get killed." And I'm like, "But I guess we'll see what happens against Michigan." And now Rank's out. Oh, we almost beat them still. That's why it makes you feel like, okay, like this team should go somewhere postseason wise. And I mean, winning a tournament game, I'm not going to say it's a lock, but it really should happen this year. And who knows where this could go. So,
right. It's not one of those things where I feel like we could play 3 Michigans in a row, but
correct.
maybe,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yeah, that was the other thing we haven't mentioned that I felt like was very eye opening was our depth just dropped off.
Yeah.
Because obviously because of injuries. So like you just felt like we tired out and wore out at the end. And actually, um, Dusty May said that for Michigan. He said he just felt like because of their injuries and health, we finally got to their legs there in the second half, and I completely agree with that statement. Which
They got tired.
we did. It sucks. You don't want to ever make an excuse for it either. But I don't know. Again, I don't want to give moral victory. It's only been saying positivity, but you win this game. I think I don't even know what we're doing.
Well,
But
I mean, it's tough to critique the game because at the end of the game, I mean, we lost because of foul shooting. They weren't hitting shots. They went like 3 minutes without getting a field goal either, and we had
Mhm.
way more steals. I mean, they were turning the ball all over the place.
And
And
19
it's
turnovers for them
yeah,
versus our 11.
and like we lost essentially on rebounding fouls, which I'm not gonna blame the refs, but there were some opinions out there, not also non-Nebraska fan opinions out there about the refing of the game and how it went. But that
I
thing,
wanted that charge. I thought that was a pretty clear charge too on that Sam took on their go ahead bucket.
yep,
That was the one that I just said, man, if you're a rep and you're going back and you're watching your own film and you're watching that play, you're going, yeah, I fucked that up.
yeah, and it was just maddening it down the end. But we had the shot at the end of the game to tie it, so we missed it. Jamarcus started the game incredibly hot, and again, they all just got tired and cooled off, and shots weren't falling. But oh man, I wanted it so bad. I had no hope, and then I had so much hope, and then I had no hope again once that 3-point foul happened, and I was just so sad.
There's there's another good thing come out of this game is that's every game this year that their second half defense has been just nuts. They can come out of the locker room and they somehow force everybody to fall for those traps down baseline. Every team and the Michigan was just in a panic every time they got stuck there, and they'd usually throw it out, do a bad pass or whatever. But I thought that was insane how good their second half defense was, and their first half was too. But Michigan is just making tough shots.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's the funny part about our defensive scheme is you can either just completely avoid it, which is what Illinois did the first time we played them in Atlanta. We're kind of spoke to that of we're not even going to try to post it. We're not even going to try to go into. Then there's an alternative approach. Say no, we're going to do our thing, and we're just going to be better athletes and beat it. Michigan kind of took that approach because they do have taller, bigger, more athletic players. And yeah, it worked at times, and other times they exploited it. But for the most part, it just stymies a team like that has a bunch of athleticism and talent. We've seen it with Purdue with their bigs year after year. It takes it out of the equation defensively, or for their offense, your defense. It takes it out of the equation. The low post game, anything coming from the baseline. So that's why it's so. I mean, and you talk about all these horrible assistant coach hires that we've had in football year over year. And I mean, Nate Lesnar for the hire of
yeah.
the decade. I mean, hire of the century.
I mean, yeah. We had defensively, their 7'3" guy only had 10 points. Like, I mean, that's pretty good when your tallest player, you have Bearcat out there. And then outside of that, your next tallest player is Price at 6'7". And then you
What's
have
great is
three
you don't need
guards.
tall players to run this defense. You just need smart, quick, agile, tough as nose guys. That's what we have.
Yeah, it was again, yeah, we're just talking about good things because we barely lost. It was literally that close. We were out rebounded by 12. I mean, it
Which
wasn't even
that's I feel like
close.
that's good. I feel like that's a good margin with how what the size difference was and everything. I don't know what the defensive and offensive rebound difference was, but I didn't feel like Michigan was just like raking in offensive rebounds all the time, like they probably should have been with the size difference.
It was we had 7, they had 9
Yeah, so
offensive
that's
rebounds.
which that's crazy how much that was. Like I was never like, God, they're killing us on the boards. I don't.
No, I mean the things that happened on the boards was all those fouls. I mean,
Yeah,
at the end
that's
of the game, it was every rebound that we were getting called for something.
which you totally expect with the two players being out and the size difference that we're just going to be it's going to kill us eventually with the fouls and that they got in the bonus really early in that second half and that killed them too.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we have 10 games left on our schedule. So yeah, that loss sucks. A lot of encouraging things. Here's what can't
Tough
happen is
stretch.
for it to spiral into more losses. Everything this team has shown this year does not indicate that that will happen. We obviously were on a hot streak. You're on a roll. You're winning game after game after game, and now you take your first loss in a way that in a weird way that actually feels good. Feels like you shouldn't have lost it, but a lot of positives, like we've been saying. So now we play Illinois at home on Sunday in a game that team rankings has it at about a 50-50 chance to win. And then we have 9 other games left in our schedule. We go to Rutgers, and then we have Purdue at home the next couple. Team rankings has us overall at 27-4 to finish the year on. I guess, how do you guys feel about the rest of the schedule? I think you feel like there's some almost lock wins that we should not lose at all. I have a little bit of hesitation on how we could respond to this, but not much. I mean, there's in the back of my mind, I'm like, come on, just don't let this happen. Don't have us finish the year going 500.
I mean, do you
Don't let
think
that happen. It could, but I just don't
it
want it to.
could? I mean, Rank will be back by Illinois in
Yep.
theory because he just had the flu. Frager will probably be back by Illinois because it was a game time decision. So we'll be back to full health, barring injury. I really do feel like this at loss for as a team, like it probably fires them up more. Like it obviously they wanted to stay undefeated, but it's like no, like we just showed you that we can go toe to toe. Like we're not gonna step off the gas. And so I mean I feel like we're gonna finish pretty strong. Illinois does kind of scare me because they figured some things out since we last played them. That freshman who had like I mean, when we last played, it was kind of his coming out party, but
He's good.
Yeah,
Wager,
he's
what is it?
Wagler. Yep.
Wagler. Um, yeah, he's real freaking good. So they've kind of figured some things out since we last saw him. So I won't be surprised if we lost to Illinois, but
which that's
we
not the end of
lost.
the world either.
No,
Here's
I
what
mean, I do
sucks. That
think,
one's at home. I feel like we're to the point now we
yeah,
should win every game at home. And you want to talk about the crowd too, impacting refs at Michigan? Like it's a thing. Sorry, it's
yeah.
a thing. Like and I think we get calls at home too. So like I think that should also help us.
Frank Mast is 29-1 in the vault. It's whiteout too.
Oh
So
wow. You don't try to buy tickets for that game. Holy hell, I was talking to Hunter about it one time or last week, and I was like, "Damn, they're only $34." While I was looking for at the women's tickets, they're 110 just to get in for Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Dak, you're on a money spending spree here. You might as well just stop paying go.
you know what? Yeah, now I'm not even thinking about going. But if you asked me before yesterday, probably I was gonna end up going. But nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at the schedule, you got Illinois, Purdue, Iowa twice, and then USC, UCLA. Yeah, I feel like, you could lose 3 of those games. It's tough to say because we haven't lost any yet. So it's like, well, why would we lose 3? Why would we triple our losses in the last third of the season than we had the first half or the first 2/3? But um, I don't think they're going to step off the brakes or step off the gas. They're not going to put the brakes on. I think I mean, if you listen to the halftime or not the halftime, the press conference after the Minnesota game, like Hoiberg. So we didn't talk about the Minnesota game, but we were down by 6 in the first half. We had a terrible offensive half, and then we absolutely crushed them in the final 16 minutes, going on a 44-17 run. But Hoiberg's like, yeah, that's what championship teams do. Like he's talking about as a championship team, and that's like, oh man, they in the locker room. I think they're like they don't think like they believe that they are gonna win a championship this year.
So here's what I don't want to happen, and I think we've done a good job of blocking out the noise to everything so far, because this is what our fan base does with our football team, and it's a part of just sports in general. But it's your ability to not let it affect your mentality and your motivation. I guess it can affect your motivation if it's positive, is the expectations that it puts on you and the pressure that it puts on you to perform in a game. And so far, I feel like our team has been very like, nope, just take game by game, block out the outside noise, uh, do what we have to do, focus on us, and the score will take care of itself. Now there's obviously other narratives coming into play, and Fred's starting to kind of bring those in a little bit too, just by saying.
I say they're spinning those narratives too in his conference. He's like, or like Sam's like, yeah, like we're a Final Four team. Like they're the ones.
So they're now. I think it's transitioned from what I first said to now. These narratives are in your head now. Again, that's not a bad thing if it's a confidence and not pressure. And I think there's a fine line from a mental standpoint here. I'm talking like a psychologist, but like I think you can hear that and say, believe it, truly believe it, and your confidence, which I think is where we're at as a team. The flip side of it is hearing it, and when things start going south, you go, and all of a sudden you got a little bit of pressure underneath you, and things lock up. Like that's the other thing that could happen. I don't. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying I'm worried or not worried. But what could happen in the last 10 games is that piece getting to us. It's happened with our football team. Fucking for
Minnesota game.
now.
Minnesota game was the big one this year. I have a lot more confidence in this team that their pressure and all that's not going to get to them than freaking we get ranked one time and then we're not going to prepare for a Minnesota football team. Like, yeah, there's fans will freak out if they do lose Sunday at Illinois, but as long as they don't get blown out there, and
well, let's not lose to Illinois at home. I don't think we should. We should be
no. If Freger and Rank are back, if they're out, then no. But they both should be. So I don't know. I think they truly are one of the top 5 best teams in the nation. I think they've shown that so far.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've won every game and almost be number 3. Like I said, I think all the pressure right now is coming from inside the locker room. I think Fred is talking like, we're gonna win these games, not because the fans say we will, because we say
right.
we will.
It's coming from a confidence standpoint, which I think is good. I think Fred's smart enough. He's a very intelligent guy. He's saying those things because he understands his team that's not going to affect them negatively. And you hope he's right. Like I do. Fred was, like I said, very much early on in the year, very much ignore the national hype, ignore the top 25 ranking, ignore the undefeated season and the streak that we're on, winning streak. He was more ignore it all, close the doors, work hard, which I like that approach better. But now Fred's kind of transitioned into the open door. No, we're a championship caliber team, which again can be good if you absorb it the right way. And I think so far we haven't seen that. We haven't. So that's a good sign. I'm just saying that's out there right now. That's a change in narrative a little bit from what it was 3 weeks ago, even.
I mean, part of it is I don't think at any point this year, like even now after that game, if we don't make the Final Four, people aren't going to be like, oh my, like the expectations. They're still there. People, we realize that it's a good team, but it's like, let's just get a win. Like I don't think anyone's
that's what I was gonna do this today as my last basketball thing. So I want to set you guys in your shoes here on it's Sunday, March 20th. So take yourself to that day in the calendar. Picture where you're at here. And
in Oklahoma. Oh,
we
Sunday.
are
Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunday. So we just finished up our second game in Nebraska. The 2-seed Nebraska Cornhuskers just lost to the 7-seed St. Louis Billikens. Where we played in Buffalo, New York. Okay. How do you feel? We just how do you feel? A season officially just got over. We just lost by whatever. We just lost to St. Louis.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I mean,
Mm.
I'd be disappointed. I'm sure I'd be devastated after the loss, but right now it's just be like, man, hell of a year, you know? Just wow. And I just feel really good about next year. I don't know. I'd be disappointed that we didn't make it further, but I I don't think I mean coming into the year my expectation was win one game and I think we can do more, but obviously March Madness is its own beast and you understand that, you know, a lot of times the better teams don't win. And I don't know. I think I'd be okay.
I don't think there'd be any point besides if they lose that first game where I'd be like, this season was a failure. If they lose that first game March Madness, then all this is worth nothing. Like that's the one I'll be like, this season was terrible and whatever. But you get second round, it's been a hell of a ride. Like it's been fun and
It'd be so hard. I don't know. Like, from the player side and everything, like you said, that they're believing that you lose a game like that and don't even make the Sweet 16, you're going, what a missed opportunity. I think as a fan, you can think that too, because you do think you've seen that we've been able to compete with these top teams. And yeah, like you said earlier, Austin, you're going against them game after game now. So that's definitely an element to consider. But at the same time, you feel like we at least should be making the Sweet 16 this year. Like
at least, yeah.
that would feel pretty good as a 2 seed. I'm just throwing out that we're going to be a 2 seed because that's what everybody has us right now. That could change, but that I just had that thought. I'm like, what would you feel? You get our first tournament win. Is that enough? Are you satisfied? Yeah, we are a little bit, but
Yeah,
should
we
we
are.
be like with this team? Like, you know what I mean? If we're a 7 seed and you win, or an 8 seed, or even a 6 seed and you win your first game, then you're really satisfied and you're playing for house money, because then you're playing a 3 seed or whatever next round. And you're probably like, all right, you win, great. If not, we got our first tournament win. But if you're a 2 seed, you maybe have a little bit higher goals.
I hear what you're saying, but it's just so hard to shift those expectations for a program that's just never done it.
That's what's
like
crazy. It's not like it's going from the program we've had to like a good team. We've gone from a program we've had to an elite team, from a record and a college basketball landscape. It's a top 5 team, like in really one season, a half a season.
We didn't even make the Big Ten tournament last year.
No, correct. No.
And so this is essentially the same team as last year, except without, Bryce Williams and
2 of your best players.
Gary.
It's not people comparing it to Indiana football in a weird way. It's crazier than Indiana football because Indiana was good last year. Indiana made the playoffs last year. They didn't win it all last year.
But they were a top
thing. This has been like really 1 year. I mean, last year was good the way it ended. We won the crown, but it wasn't like we were a Sweet 16 team last year.
Right.
No, there wasn't like a whole lot of momentum moving in this year, but yeah, it's and they didn't bring in any like great transfers like Indiana did either. It's crazy at Price. Which
but he was an 8-point player off the bench for Iowa last year. It wasn't like, we got the starting quarterback.
Let's be real. That's what Indiana did too.
That's true. That's kind of what Cal did.
Indiana doesn't. Yeah, football. They didn't bring in top 5 star recruits. That's not what Dak said is false. Indiana didn't bring in a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They got the players they wanted. They didn't bring a bunch of 5 stars in.
No, what Fred's proven though is that he can actually pick out players in transfer portal. Unlike Matt Rule, that guy can't do anything or talent wise, but he picks out the right players and knows what he wants, and they end up paying out for him, which they'll play hard for him and play the style that he wants.
I know it's going well, but man, imagine if we had Oogie or Connor Esigian, like just one more bench piece. Like I mean, Oogie was the MAC player of the year last year, and Connor Esigian was a quality offensive player off the
bench. Talk about another 3-point threat in that game.
Yeah, I know. We just needed one more offensive something at the end of the game when we got in a rut and they had Jamarcus and Price locked up. And Sam had a couple open threes, but
The thing,
gosh,
the thing I've thought about with the Siegen though is, how bad he is defensively. But I don't know if that almost hurt the team. I think with how they played defensively wise,
I
but
don't know if it would be
last
that
game I
bad.
know.
That's what I'm saying is the rest of the team. I think we haven't really given Connor enough time to show what he can do this year. Like, I mean, he's been in the defensive system. I mean, Leo Curtis just went out there and was ripping on defense.
You
You
are,
telling me
but
Connor's
if Connor's
in?
in, Kale's out. I mean that he's not better than Kale defensively. So
Yeah,
that's
no,
kind of
but
the
like
point is that you're
I'm talking like
sacrificing some offense for defense
for
there.
defense. Yeah,
So that's
yes.
that I think is the big thing you're talking about. Because I think defensively that's almost what we just played our best lineup there. I think like Rank I think is good defensively, but Rank's not a stellar defensive player, just size, body wise,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger. I think
Our
ideally
five
you're
best
probably not.
defensive players were
Yeah.
their starting five.
Yeah, so that was why I think that was not a bad thing. Offensively, you're just limited with that lineup, which we knew.
And we'll see what happens against Illinois. I mean, Illinois is really good, man. I know we beat them once on a buzzer beater. They have not lost since they lost to us on a buzzer beater. So
PBA will be rocking, I'm sure, on Sunday.
Here's one other stat coming from that game. That was the first time Kale has lost at Nebraska since he's played 20 plus minutes. So that tells you
that tells you he's a bench player who only comes in when we're winning a lot.
And to win the tip.
Yeah, that's
wild.
That might be the start of the I know it's not part of March Madness, but that should be the start of what do they call the end of it?
One shining moment.
Yeah, that should be the first clip of it.
The ball is tipped. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on to football, which everybody does not want to even listen about. But we're gonna talk about the schedule, and here's how we're gonna do it. Gut check. I don't even know if you guys have it pulled up, but we're gonna go through each game one by one. You're gonna say win-loss.
Oh God.
Easy.
That's how we're doing it. And we're gonna see what we have for projected record as of January 29th for the 2026 season. First game, Saturday, September 5th. The Ohio Bobcats come to Lincoln.
Win.
Win. And this is obviously with all the unknowns. Who knows what our team's got, but we're gut checking it out here. Bowling Green next week, September 12th.
Wow, back-to-back MAC.
Win.
How about that?
And Ohio. Win.
Yep, win.
North Dakota coming to Lincoln.
If you put a state at the end of that, I'd say loss, but that's a win.
Yeah.
Win, but man, that one's trappy.
They almost lost to them a couple years ago with Casey Thompson.
Okay. Then we go on the road September 26th. So we knew the schedule, by the way, like the teams we were playing against. We just didn't know
order and where.
The order and the days. So we kind of knew where we were going. We just didn't know the days. That's what's new about this. At Michigan State on September 26th.
I think it's a loss.
I think, man, I still think we're better than Michigan State.
They got Pat Fitzgerald, though. I mean, he's the Nebraska killer.
Because we get him early, give me a win.
Okay. I can see that.
Even though we can't win at Michigan State, we seem to lose that. I think I heard the stat has been like since 2000 and I don't even know what it was, like 7 or something, or no, it couldn't have been that because we weren't in the Big Ten. 11 maybe. I don't know. Since Jamal Turner catching the end zone.
So say we're at this point in the season talking right now, this is where the hype takes off.
You're
4-0.
Not yet.
There's no hype.
4-0.
Then we go October 3rd at home against Maryland.
Win.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, win. They could be 5-0.
Mike Loxley, God, I can't believe he's still coaching for Maryland. That's incredible. But
they didn't retain that good quarterback of theirs. I can't think of his name. He was the freshman.
Washington. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have Indiana at home, October 10th. Huskers are going to be 5-0 according to Dak and I. 4-1 to us.
Hell. Hard L.
Big noon kickoffs there for this, and they're going to get their ass kicked.
College game day.
62 to 7 at least.
Then we
At
go
Oregon.
to Oregon on October 17th. I am leaning towards going to this game.
Oh, that'll be a fun one.
I've been to Michigan State, been to Illinois. This would be the one I'm circling this year. So
It would be fun. That now the game might not be fun, but
no.
The loss. So let's
Yes.
say let's do this right now. These two games, what's the combined score they lose by? Indiana and Oregon.
Probably
I'm
like
saying
80,
50
80.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Then after we get killed in 2 games, we get a rest, a bye week. Then we come back at home with Damon Williams from Washington, who stayed there after going in and out of the portal a couple different times on Halloween, October 31st.
Yeah, I can't believe he stayed. What the?
Well, I think he was forced to stay. There's some contract stuff.
That was a messy situation. Oh boy, probably another loss.
Yep, it's a loss. I think Washington's good.
Yeah, they're.
This game scares me, and I think our confidence could just get blown out, and there could be a lot of just people not happy internally and externally. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pencil in a loss. You guys did too. Then we go at Illinois on November 7th.
Loss.
Yeah, loss. Well, I take that back. Win. Luke Altmaier's got to be gone by now.
Okay, I'm gonna go loss, and then at Rutgers.
That's a win.
Win, maybe, unless it's for some reason they always put the game on the Friday night. It's hell to play there on Fridays.
I think we win one of those 3. I'll put it that way. So I'll give us the Rutgers one. And I think that's promising. We could lose all of them. Ohio State at home, November 21st.
L.
Yep. And then at Iowa.
L.
Yeah, lost. Boy, this is gonna be a tough year.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Where's our second bye week? Did I miss that?
There isn't one.
There isn't
Yeah,
one.
I thought they took that away. Yeah.
They start a week later. Yep, September 5th. So with that being said, our early prediction, Hunter has us going 6-6. Austin, 5-7. Dak, 7-5.
Wow.
And I'm gonna guess the betting line, the over/under is gonna be 5.5.
Ooh.
It's got to be already out, right?
No.
No, probably not.
Hold up. You just told me something that's going to piss me off. You're telling me college football doesn't start on Labor Day weekend anymore?
No, that is Labor Day weekend.
No, September 5th is it?
It's the first. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I always thought it was okay.
It's that first weekend of September.
Usually it starts before Labor Day weekend.
I mean, week 0 is probably a week before. If they're probably doing week 0, there will be a handful of games on the 28th or whatever.
I think 6 is going to be a battle. I mean, that's giving us a win against Michigan State too. That's a battle. I agree. I could see it being 5.5 juice to the overs or 6.5 juice to the unders. Like heavy odds to the unders on 6.5.
I mean, you could
hold on, pause. Nebraska fan, so you got to add a win to that.
So it's going to be 6.5.
You got to add a win.
Juice. 6.5, no juice.
They're gonna. So yeah, I guess the only bright part about it is most of their tough games are at home, which I don't think that's gonna matter. I think they're gonna get their ass kicked against a lot of those teams, but. Yeah, that Indiana game at home is going to be ugly. At what point did the Boo Birds start coming out?
Early.
First quarter?
Can I give like a little sign of like optimism?
Yeah.
Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State are all losses, right? Like chalk them up. the rest of the games here,
They're winnable.
like
Not that hard.
I will say that next tier of your, I'm just going to throw Penn State in there. I'm going to throw Michigan in there. We avoid those teams. So, like, we at least don't play the top 6 Big Ten teams. We play the top 3, and those are all losses. But then everybody else is in that same. Now, Washington, like you guys said, I think that for whatever reason, Washington's getting so much hype already for next year.
I think just because that quarterback.
And Illinois, in Iowa, like we never can beat those teams, and then we play Rutgers and Michigan State on the road. So yeah, when you start looking at games that you think you could win, then you got to play them on the road. So that's the downfall of it. But I don't know. That's my positive optimism for the Huskers.
There's not much optimism, I don't think, coming in this year at all.
We don't have a hard non-conference game, so we should win all those.
Right. We should get 3, which the floor is 3. I feel confident about that. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe our offense will come out guns blazing, and we'll have an offensive line that looks. But I think we're gonna get slaughtered.
Just lovely Nebraska football talk in January.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little fun thing on the podcast here. I have one more retry on my phone password, so let's see if I get it. Ready? All right, what do you guys think it is? Let's go.
Don't say that loud, Jack.
Hold on. Do this. Hold on.
I definitely changed it.
Do 9317999.
9317.
999.
If this is it, oh, it's not that. No. 8 hours now. All right. So in 8 hours, we'll try again. It's definitely something like that. But anyway, so now everyone think about what my password will be. We'll try again in 8 hours.
How do you? Here's what I just can't get. You said it's like muscle memory. I've done it before. Like it's not like this is a new password. You've had this password for like over a year, and you just your brain forgot how to put it in your phone. Like that's the sad part.
Yeah, I swear it's one. Okay, I'm just gonna tell people. I swear it's 137911, but it's not. That's whatever.
Try 139711 next time.
Okay, it's something like it's because I can when I touch my phone, I know that's what I've been putting in is 137911. Well, whatever.
Clearly, you don't know because it's not right.
Yeah, that's not right. Okay.
Well, whiteout Sunday.
Either you guys going?
I might make a last minute decision.
No.
Could be fun. Could be a lot of fun.
Maybe.
Oh. Go Big Red.
GBR.
21, find a way.
Go Big Red.